Hey guys, this is Zachariah Bourne. Today we're talking about real change. Real, deep, powerful, dramatic, in a good way, change. What creates this powerful change within ourselves? Most of the time it takes most people years to create real, powerful, deep change, but it doesn't need to be that way. And it's because most people are trying to take an outside-in approach as opposed to an inside-out approach. It's something you kind of hear a lot about, but hopefully we're going to drive this home in a much deeper way and how to really do this. So how we really create the change is we create an internal shift. It's a change in the way we think, and a change in the way we feel, a change in the way what's going on inside of us. And I think this is really exciting, because instead of taking years, it can take a lot shorter period of time, and you can create so much more for yourself, and life can be so much more pleasurable and exciting than people have been making it out to be. And this really rang true for me because it was able to create a radically different life for myself. I'm on the other side of the world doing what I love. It's paradise, it's bliss, it's amazing. And the amount of change is just increasing, and it can be for everyone. Your life can be so much better than you realize. So much better. It's unbelievable. And I think that's why I'm really passionate about this, why I really like sharing this stuff. And it's really exciting to watch people I work with, just completely change their life. I mean, you hear that a lot, right? Oh, it completely changed my life. Yeah, totally. But it's a little bit, it's a little bit lightweight because people say it so much. But let's talk a little bit about this. So how does the change actually happen? And that's what I really want to explain in this video. So I have this analogy. So say you're inside your house, right? And you put on some music, just a little bit. And at the beginning, you just turn it on. It's on very lightly. Only you can hear it. You can only hear it if you listen closely, right? And that's what it's like when we have a new thought, when we start creating a new concept of ourselves, when we change our self-image, we start visualizing. Visualization is a tool to create a different self-image, changing, affirmations. All this personal development stuff is there to help you change your what's going on inside you. And the way you do that is you have to first get yourself into a positive, ideally a positive state, a good feeling state, or neutral. After meditation is a really good time. So you get a new idea you want to have about yourself, right? It can be anything. It can be anything from I am successful to I have the most incredible relationship ever. I am a sex magnet. Whatever you want. And there's nothing wrong with what you want. And so, of course, you just want it to be positive things. Right? I am completely happy in my life. I am powerful. I am moving toward everything exciting in my life. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to install into your programming, into your concept of yourself, into your image, right? We have to download and install that new image. So we figure out what we want to change, how we want it to be, right? And so it's like that music in the house. The first time you start thinking it, it's like you can barely hear it. And it's just you. Only you can hear it, barely, in your apartment. And as you keep replaying it to yourself, either through affirmation or you keep visualizing it, as you keep adding to it, it amplifies, right? Thoughts amplify the more you think them. Thoughts amplify the more you think them, positive or negative. Right? You ever get that runaway train on a negative thought? You just start spiraling, right? And the opposite can also be true in a positive way as well. It can be swept up into, way up into a positive, like a tornado. It sucks you up, right? You can do that as well. So that's what we want to do. We want to create those deliberately. We want to create those little tornadoes that just pull you way up. And we do it by holding on to the thoughts that do feel really good, the ones that we want to create. So we create that new thought, and as we continue to hear it, right, the volume increases. We slowly increase that volume as we keep thinking it, right? Keep thinking, I'm successful, I have amazing relationships, love comes to me easily. I'm living my dream life. I am satisfied. Satisfaction is one of the best states you can create. You want to create that satisfaction, right? So you keep amplifying it, you keep churning it up, and as you keep thinking it, as it starts to get some roots into your thought patterns, right? You're creating a new thought pattern, and the volume is slowly increasing, and what happens is soon it starts becoming loud in your own head, in your own apartment, right? Your apartment or your house, as you turn it up, the louder it gets in you. It's kind of like how loud it becomes in your own head, in your own body, in your own feelings. That's also where integration comes from. When it gets loud enough, it starts integrating, it starts becoming part of your body. We know things intellectually, right? We don't have it down here. It's because we got to keep increasing that volume, right? So as it continues to increase, right, it gets louder inside of our own head, inside of our own house. And if we keep doing it, right, then someone standing at the doorway can barely hear it, right? It starts spilling out into the world in little ways. We start acting a little differently in the situation or that situation, right? People start treating you just a tiny bit differently. Things go a little bit different in that situation. Or you're in the same situation, but you find yourself reacting differently, right? It starts spilling out of the house a little bit. The volume keeps increasing. And we can create anything we can install into our mind. We keep turning it up. We can take something really bizarre and wild and incredible, and this will work. You can install this into your psychology until it becomes normal. Oh man, the power of this. Okay, so we keep turning up the volume as we keep thinking it. I'm successful, I am whatever. We keep visualizing it. We feel it down on every level. Volume really starts getting loud. We really hear our song our song really starts resonating out, right? The light is starting to shine of this. And then soon our neighbors will hear it. People walking by can hear it, right? We keep cranking it up, and it starts affecting the world outside of our own. It starts affecting the world outside of our mind. It spills out if we keep going. And that's the thing. So we keep turning it up. We keep going. And you'll notice that people who really create big momentum, big movements, they really increase that amplification so it's so loud that the whole world can hear it. And that's really how it works, but it starts with you. And so that's how you create real change, not just in yourself, but in the world. You keep increasing that volume of the thing that you want, that positive place. And you don't want to increase the volume if there's some static in the signal, right? If you can't quite dial in the perfect radio station, you got to pull back a little bit, because you don't want to amplify the static in your life. Most people are doing that all the time. We want to amplify that clear signal. That's why you want to do it from a really positive, good feeling place. It also, that's the great time your mind becomes very clay-like. It becomes bendable, becomes moldable, and that's where you want to be. When you're in a negative state, you're just cranking up the static. That's all you're doing. Just cranking up the static. Everybody can hear your static. You know people in your life, you've met people for sure that have got that static cranked the fuck up. Just cranked up. But you don't have to be one of them. That's why something like meditation is really good. It really cleans the signal, and you're able to think really clearly, brings you really good into balance. Breathing techniques are really good. You can look up some yoga breathing. Really simple breathing technique. You just breathe all the way in, and then all the way out, and then all the way in, and then all the way out. I mean, what's more simple than that, right? You just keep doing that. Keep doing it. Set a timer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You'll be feeling amazing by the end. So yeah, that's how we really create really powerful, true change. But first, we also have to decide what it is we want. What it is we want. And if you're not a visual person, that's okay. Find the feeling of that thing. Find the feeling. I'm not a visual person. When I visualize, I don't actually see anything. I don't actually see anything. If people are more auditory, something like affirmations will work. But you have to really figure out what it is for you. For me, what I do is I sit there, get myself in a good state, and then I just try to imagine what it would feel like. And when you're trying to imagine, it's just that you have to listen so closely, right? That volume is so low. When you're imagining what it would be like, it's new. It's a new place. You haven't been there before. So it's like a song you haven't heard before. So what does that song you never heard before sound like? So you listen for it. You try to dial into it. So that's what I do. I try to feel it. Try to get into the state of it. And as I turn up that volume, I'm conditioning myself for it. I'm changing my concept of myself to match with it. I'm creating the energy and inspiration to go and do it. I'm creating the clarity so that I can figure out the simplest and most natural way to do it. I'm creating all the cooperative, everything that I need in order to create that is coming together and becomes clear. Because all of a sudden your mind is able to actually focus on that. So strong, so powerful. And this is how you create true change, not just in yourself, but in the world. And you can literally create anything with this. Anything. 100% believe that. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Definitely hit subscribe if you like this video. If you guys are looking for one-on-one coaching, I'm helping people with that as well. And I hope you guys take this, go home, try this out, and create something incredible in yourself. Spend time there. Spend time in the amplifying those wonderful things in your life. Have an amazing day. Take care.